I forgot. I just wanted to give you a few more hints from here. So, from the Unit 2 lessons, make sure that you look at what I say on. Give me just a second here. Okay, make sure that when it comes to Unit 2, the Unit 2 lessons and the links that I give you to the videos here, there's going to be in this, I think it's either in this video or, no, not that video, I'm in the wrong one. Let me find it. So Unit 3, test prep, right here. When you're working through these, now if you've already done the Unit 2 videos and you use the study guide, then you already have everything you need. But if for some reason you didn't heed what I said, then just know that when it comes to one of these videos, you're going to see a slide with a triangle for intellectual virtue, and you're going to see a bullet point at the top of the triangle. I just wanted to let you know and emphasize that that top bullet point has the gist of the definition that I want you to remember for intellectual virtue. I create fill in the blanks items based on that first bullet point for that slide that has a triangle for the concept of an intellectual virtue. So I wanted to give you that additional hint. A lot of you got that item correct on the first test. So going back to the study guide. The other hint that I wanted to give you is that when it comes to intellectual empathy and intellectual perseverance, I'm going to have some fill in the blank. I'll have some multiple choice and or matching items for these. I might have some true false, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have some fill in the blanks where I ask you for things like, what did I say was an opposite associated with having too little intellectual empathy? And you'll have to know what those words were that I used, and to know what those are, of course, you have to watch the videos from task 1 of Unit 3. Okay, so moving on to metaphysics. Again, fill in the blanks, multiple choice, matching true, false. Here are the SmartBook pages. Any of this could be in any form. So I could do the name of the branch as multiple choice, true, false, or fill in the blank. If I say, what is the name of the branch that we're focused on during Unit 3, you should say, of course, what? Metaphysics. Then I say, what is the main concept for say branch? It might help you to think about earlier lectures that I gave where I said, hey, we're going to be looking at these kinds of beliefs, which are metaphysical beliefs. I might have even said that what the course concept was. Look at chapter 1 where the author introduces you to initially the focus of metaphysics. What does he say in chapter 1 that metaphysics is focused on, and what does he say in chapter 1? So I'm going to be looking for a one-word answer right here for the main concept that starts with R. So it's a short word, and that's your hint. What are the initial concerns and interests of ancient philosophers and thinkers? So again, this is all in pages 55 to 64. And the study guide, in terms of the information and points and iterations that I want you to remember, this pretty much is 90% in order of the reading. So initial concerns of the ancient philosophers and thinkers. And so Lawhead goes through the concerns that ancient philosophers started to bring up during human history with respect to the main foci or focus of metaphysics. He goes on to discuss the general foci, domains, and scope of this branch with respect to the following: humans, the external world, and God. So you'll want to know what he says metaphysicians are interested in or not interested in with respect to these topics. What kinds of questions do they have with respect to these topics? What kinds of issues are they interested in? Which ones does he say, which topics or realms of metaphysics does he say he's going to focus on in the chapter, and what comes after this introductory section 2.0? Name for problem or domain of metaphysics concerned with a particular kind of questioning, concern, or topic. That is the 2 highlighted and emphasized by Lawhead. So he says in the chapter he's going to focus, so in section 2.0, he says, look, there's a lot of different kinds of problems and issues you can focus on in metaphysics. In this chapter, I'm going to focus only on 2. Now, you can get that by reading, what he says here, but you can also look at the chapter titles. And so he introduces you to 2 kinds of problems. What are those kinds of problems? But you will have to read what he says in pages 55 to 64 to see what those are. And then you might see me list some questions from this chapter right here, or from the section 2.0. I might list some questions and then say, which questions to which problem does Lawhead introduce you in with respect to these questions. And so sometimes what Lawhead will do is he'll present a series of questions, and then he'll tell you, well, this is the problem of, or the concern of these questions is, or the focus of these questions is. So you should be able to look at a list of questions and tell me the problem or the issue that is the focus of those questions or that arises from those questions. And then we have here some terms: monism, materialism, idealism, and ontology. And I think I might have left out dualism. So just look and see if in this introductory chapter we also have dualism, and I'm pretty sure we do. So look that up. So add that to your list. You need to know what he says in 2.0 about monism, materialism, idealism, dualism, and ontology. Again, these right here could be fill in the blank, but they are probably going to be multiple choice or true, false. Keep in mind that I could decide to make something from here fill in the blank, so you really want to pay attention to what he has to say and take some notes.